Trade shows are the perfect time to connect, engage, and influence. Remember, no one wants your shitty pens. Welcome to Fordify, where we help you fortify your business. Now, each week we pick a random topic chosen by the Fordify button. Let's see what this week's episode is going to be about. Trade Show Success Part 2, making the most of your exhibiting and show experience. Now, if you missed last week's episode on trade show planning, you can find it in the link in the description below. In this episode, I'll share several ideas and tactics to make the most of exhibiting at trade shows, both either consumer shows or industry trade shows. Meeting face-to-face with prospects, customers, and other vendors, and the media at trade shows is still a very effective method, but you've got to use these best practices to drive traffic to your booth, capture leads, and build relationships. Now, when you're armed with a holistic show strategy that includes what you need to do before, during, and after the show, you'll find that trade and consumer shows are great investments. The process of engagement starts actually before the event. You can't leave your show success to chance hoping your attendees are just going to magically find your booth. That's why you need to have the best booth location. Get the show exhibit floor map, look at the map for all the entrances, the bathrooms, the food court, and then pick a location that'll get you the most foot traffic. Now, corner booths are typically the best choices, but they may have a premium fee. Avoid being in the back of the show or in the back left of a show, at least in North America, where people enter and they turn right. You don't want to be all the way to the left. Most people enter and turn right at first, depending upon the size of the show. They may miss you, or they may be exhausted by the time they find you. The best booth spaces really fill up fast, so the sooner you reserve your space, the better booth location you're going to get. Ask which companies are going to be adjacent to you too. Decide if that's a good fit or not. You might want a competitor close to you. You might want a competitor away from you. Booth location can make or break your show success. Once you lock down a high traffic booth location, start generating buzz for your upcoming exhibition. You really need to be proactive before the show by contacting your current customers, local contacts, and hot prospects, encouraging them to visit your booth, or even maybe set up an appointment before the show. Do this via direct mail, sending email, actually making phone calls or in-person visits, and then of course leveraging the power of social media. Ask the show organizers if you can get access to the attendee list. Most of them will give you the list, right? So that you can promote the benefits to visiting you at the show. Find out if the show has an app, and if it does, make sure you complete your exhibitor listing. Get the hashtag for the show and plan to tweet it out before and during the show. Another great idea is to create a teaser video that you can share about the show and inviting them to actually visit your booth number. So you've done your pre-event work. That should generate awareness and encourage traffic to your booth. But you're not done yet. Now you have to keep that momentum going, so let's look at what you can do during the event for success. What does your signage and trade show booth look like? Keep in mind that you have only a nanosecond to capture attention as people walk up and down the aisles. So large graphics with clear benefit headlines and branding works best. Don't overdo it with too many words on your booth or signage. Now, if your booth display and signage does not grab people's attention and clearly represent what you sell, people aren't going to stop at your booth. Consider making your booth exhibit approachable. If you have a 10 by 10 foot booth, I always turn the table sideways along one edge, or I remove it completely and I use a small podium stand. That way it allows people to actually come in the booth area. It's more inviting. And consider the lighting you have in the booth, and also anytime you have any movement or possibly having a video playing, that also can help bring people into the booth. You want to staff your booth with quality salespeople that really understand your ideal customer, the sales cycle relationship, and are very knowledgeable about your products and services. Make sure they understand how to handle objections. Don't aggressively bombard your visitors with too many questions. It's really about building connections and qualifying leads. Ad show promotions in your booth can really get you a lot of traffic, but they can also interfere with the relationship building and lead capture elements. So you want to make sure you really think it through. Now, I've rented cash blowing machines and filled them with coupons. That was a great attention getter. I've used prize wheels and raffle drums, giving prospects a chance to spin the wheel or draw their name every hour, but they had to be present to win. That also drew a lot of people into my booth. Now, if you are giving away promo items, keep them under the table and only put 1 or 2 out on display. And use them for people that engage in a meaningful conversation. If you're offering a drawing or a contest for an iPad or other item of value, I suggest having each person complete a short card to enter the drawing, so that you can actually pre-qualify those leads and you know who to follow up after the event. Create a charging station for mobile devices if you have room in your booth. It's really simple. Just get a couple plug strips and the power cords and make it easy for people to plug in their phones. It's amazing that many shows don't even offer charging stations. Start conversations. Use the event hashtag or maybe promote your own. You can post about contests, the winners, special instructions or code words that they can use when they visit your booth, or something special. Get the show agenda and look for opportunities to speak. You can work with the show's organizers about possible topics that would really be of interest to the attendees. It's not time to overly promote. It's time for you to really add value and position you and your firm as an expert or a resource. Remember, you're there to connect, engage, and influence. Use tact. You really need to quickly disengage those unqualified leads. When you get those leads, make sure you have a coding system to sort and categorize them into hot, warm, and cold prospects. Sort out your media contacts, maybe joint venture deals, and make sure you have a clearly defined follow-up system. Many shows offer a barcode scanner or an event app to really capture the leads. But there are also aftermarket lead capture apps that really work too. And the best one that I've used before is called iCapture. You can learn more about that at iCapture.com. I suggest you get an iPad kiosk or a stand that sits on a table or a floor stand that holds your iPad. Makes it really easy to run those iPad apps and for potential customers to enter their data. In summary, make exhibiting at shows part of your business growth strategy. It's an amazing way to gain top-of-mind awareness, build relationships, and increase your sales. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Fordify. If so, give it a thumbs up and share this video with your marketing and sales teams. Like what you see, subscribe to be notified of upcoming episodes. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on Fordify, where we help you fortify your business. I don't see a red light. Do you have headphones? When you're ready, Amy, you let me know. You ready? You ready? There, I cut out half of it. You happy, Sean? You happy, Sean? One more time. Don't look at me like that. I'm gonna get through this. I'm just getting a little tired. This is important. They need to have food in the booth. This is just stupid.